Signposts along the roads point the way to villages, towns, and cities. They reflect every shade of the nation's character. This is the land of Israel, and here is the living contribution of Jewry to the human and physical landscape of the Hebrew nation. Ein Hashlosha, a collective village in the Negev, celebrates its 10th anniversary. Arriving along the flag-lined road are gay crowds of visitors who've come to honor the pioneers and share their joy. The visitors include Prime Minister David Ben-Gurion and other important members of the government. The pioneers to whom the country is now paying tribute came here from free and democratic lands. Only an ideal, the ambition to build and create, made them leave their homelands and settle here. The crowds wander through the paths and gardens, which have been converted into one big exhibition ground. Tonight, this little dot on the rural map of a small country is full of the atmosphere of giant cities in big countries. This is the symbol of the 10th anniversary of Ein Hashlosha. And over here is everyday reality, a United Nations observation post, marking the dangerous and hostile frontier. The border is an artificial line across the desert landscape. Even the aggressive vigor of the machine cannot change the loneliness of man in the barren expanse. The modern tractor looks like some prehistoric monster, loyal to the desert. But the furrow in its wake betrays the desert. It breaks up the lumps of parched clay and opens up a channel of hope in the arid soil. For the past 3 years, not a drop of rain has fallen in this area. Even the air itself seems to have turned into dust. 2 tractor drivers meet at the end of another day of dust, and more dust. It is grayish yellow. It enters every pore and covers everything in sight with a cruel indifference. But these men return home at sundown after having bitten a deeper furrow into the soil. Fearless and stubborn, they throw up a cloud of dust like a glove tossed as a challenge to the dry riverbed. But if the skies don't lend a helping hand, water will come rushing out of the iron mouths made by man. At least in that limited area which has already been conquered from the desert. This is home, the base of the pioneers. Here the sprinklers fling their drops of water with the same challenging motion, and the trees take root like men. All the instruments of modern technology go into action to redeem the soil and protect the fruit from any harm. But the main element behind the machine and the wonders of technology is man. Man's will and efforts have created every inch of plowed land, every brick in every house, every beam of steel which supports barns, stables, and garages, every roof which covers men and property. This is Comrade Shalom. 10 years ago, he left his parents' home in Argentina and came to settle here. Today, he tells his sons of days gone by. About his first group from Argentina. About the journey to Israel. Here is soldiers during the War of Liberation. A happy homecoming after the fighting. Laying the cornerstone for the kibbutz. Those were difficult beginnings. While the young ones absorb the past, Shalom thinks about the future. Will it rain tomorrow? Yes, will it rain tomorrow, wonders Asher. He's the shepherd. This is not just idle speculation. If there isn't enough pasture for the flock, the lambs will have to be sacrificed. But Asher inspects every tiny piece of desert to prevent such a catastrophe. A shepherd cherishes the life of every single lamb and will defend his flock to the last. The road is difficult and dangerous. The dry dust covers the eyes, enters the nose, the ears, and the mouth. Drought and rocks all around. But the shepherd does not despair. He searches and searches. Come here now. Come along. Easy. There's still a remnant of grass in the gully. But the cows are luckier. They are the aristocrats. The aristocrats of the animals on the kibbutz. Their lives are sweet and plentiful. No austerity for them. Service in this hotel is so courteous that the customers moo with delight. Mechanical milking machines are at everyone's disposal without extra charge. And indeed, the ladies pay generously in white gold, rich in vitamins. The health and energy of the little helpers in the cowshed are the best proof that the enterprise is successful. They come here to supervise matters. Whoops! Now that's not the way to serve a cow her dinner. Every child looks after one of the customers, and each cow proudly bears the name of her benefactor. Miriam. Yossi. Nurit. Yafa. Dov. Little Rami, and Oren. This is the children's home. The names in the news here are those of the smiling and efficient nurse. And of Mommy and Daddy, who come for a visit after the day's work is done. What's that, you ask? No, that's not a photographer's error. It is not the swimming pool of a luxury hotel in Tel Aviv. This is the swimming pool of the kibbutz. Later on, the water will be used for irrigation.
But in the meantime, it serves to refresh those who work under the scorching desert sun. A good place for a pleasant dip and for a spot of gossip. Speaking of gossip, there are good places for that even during working hours. Here, everything that is known or rumored about anyone is thoroughly reviewed. Are they getting married or not? Because Chaim told Yitzchak that his wife's cousin heard. Oh well, here the dirty linen of all kinds gets a good laundry. No, not the old romance between... No, and neither the new romance between... Ah, yes, love at first sight in the nursery. Collective life in the kibbutz is not simple. If you don't believe it, go ask Tepper. He used to be the black sheep, the lone wolf of the group for many years. Now what? What's the matter? Doesn't he have time to eat leisurely and enjoy some good company after the meal? Why is he in such a hurry to get to work? It's hard to believe that this is the same Tepper who just could not adjust to any type of work in the kibbutz. Always used to grumble, until they finally put him in charge of the junk pile. This is where Tepper used to spend his days, in the past. Here is his present kingdom. Kingdom? No, it's a real empire. And Tepper is a proud, generous, kind-hearted emperor. Efficient, too. This entire feather empire is Tepper's handiwork. At first, the members of the kibbutz used to ridicule him. They laughed at his stubborn dream of breeding turkeys. But they have grown to respect his craze, which has become one of the major branches of the farm. Here he is, the lone wolf of yesterday. But the children are taking over everything. Who can resist the little one? Grandma certainly isn't one to restrain the little tyrant. In the beginning, the sons came here against their parents' wishes. But the sons became parents, and the grandchildren eventually brought the grandmothers and grandfathers from faraway countries and became the bridge between the generations. And so, the older people tell the younger ones about the past in different lands. Night has come. The family gathers in the home. A pioneer's family in a pioneer's society, in the heart of the desert, which he is reclaiming day after day. The young people live their youth to the full. And they stand guard to defend all that they have so painfully created. Defend their right to go on creating. Yes, it is another night in a border village in Israel. The watchman makes his rounds. Light is burning in the shelter. folk sleep deeply and peacefully.